Got your food?
Yeah, I got my food.
That's my food.
Where's my food?
You don't have your food. Alright.
Welcome to a special edition of the FMK Film Club. Today we're going to do something a little different.
It's not two gals with 3 movies and 1 final verdict. It's 2 gals with 1 show and 1 final verdict.
Yeah!
We're going to be talking about Gilmore Girls.
We're going to be talking about Gilmore Girls and... Do you want that? Do you want to take that? Here, that's yours. Go ahead.
Which Gilmore Girls character would try to cover up involuntary manslaughter? So we have our little bracket here with some of our Stars Hollow favorites. And we're gonna go through and we're gonna decide which one of these characters, if you know, they killed someone and with their car on accident, would, you know, try to cover it up and hide the body and you know, get away with it, and who would come clean and who you know, would own up to their mistakes. So
what we have here
is taco time.
We do have taco
We
time.
got some taco time. Get the sauce out.
You cut it.
Okay.
So what we have here is we very carefully curated who would be fighting whom in this situation. We chose Rory and Paris because I just want to see them kiss. And then we chose Jess and Dean because I just want to see them kiss.
I want to see Jess and Dean kiss.
Lorelai and Lane.
Well, the whole thing, because we don't want to have.
We don't want mommy and daughter to fight. Because I feel like it's a premise to like. We're not. So yeah, we split the mommy and the daughters up.
And the chips fell where they fell.
And yeah. So.
Rory and Paris. So, what do we think? I think Rory is going to be a strong contender in this competition for the final seat, because what we know about Rory, she's not always great at facing her problems. You know, what do we think when she crashes the boat?
So in like season, what was that?
It's season 5 maybe? Because she's at Yale.
Yeah, she's at Yale and she's dating, what's his fucking face?
Logan.
Trust fund baby.
Who is not on this bracket.
He's not, because we don't like him.
Not important.
No, he's not important. And so he's dating Logan and they crash a boat like that they stole and Rory just like runs away from it and ends up in jail.
Right, well then...
So she's really easy at, well she gets caught pretty easily, so I don't know.
But she'd try. Would she succeed?
I think that Paris would succeed. Because what Paris is up front, and Paris does, you know, no bullshit.
Here's what I think Paris would do. I think Paris would, like, confess and be upfront about it, but she'd get out of it. You know? That's the Paris move. She would own up, and she'd do it, but then she'd finagle the legal system in some way, and get herself out of it. So I don't think she'd try to cover it up, you know?
Okay. But Rory would try to cover it up.
Rory definitely would, and definitely, like, I mean, how many times, you know, does she not tell someone something, or kind of, like, bottle things up, you know?
Just like her fucking mother.
Wow. We'll get there. But for right now, I think it's safe to say that match 1, Rory v. Paris, Rory would be more likely to try to cover up the accidental murder.
Okay. Can I be the one who writes stuff?
Yeah. I wrote Rory. Kind of. Moving on.
Jess and Dean.
The classic, a classic battle.
Mm-hmm.
Jess versus Dean.
Oh my god.
I know. And, you know, we have thoughts about them otherwise. You know, who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
What Gilmore Girls fan doesn't have a firm pick in the Jess Dean debate?
Is there like erotic fan fiction of Gilmore Girls?
Oh, definitely.
Almost definitely,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to throw up. Sorry.
If you have erotic fan fiction of Gilmore Girls, send it in. Jess and Dean. I think Jess is a runner. You know?
No, yeah, because he ran away from the relationship with
Mhm.
Rory.
Mhm.
Oh.
And he ran away from Luke. He ran away from his mom. He ran away from his dad. I mean, people run away from Jess, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Jess also runs away from people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I want to fall back asleep.
How's the taco time?
No. It's settling in.
I'm loving it.
It's making a home inside of my body, but yeah. Okay. Well, okay, and Dean is also like a punk ass bitch.
Mhm.
So Dean would just like be like, I'm so sorry, like immediately, and like go to jail, like fucking put himself in jail.
But also, I totally agree with you about Dean being a punk ass bitch. I think he would also find a way to drag whoever he's with down with him. You know?
Oh yeah,
That's a Dean move.
that is a Dean move.
So like
'cause he's
Dean hits someone, kills someone with his car, it's horrible, and suddenly like Rory's in jail with him for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And he would like snitch, and he would yeah.
Oh, Dean's a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we're gonna move Jess along in the bracket,
Mhm.
I guess, but
Yeah, Jeff will win.
mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Jess, win. You win.
Mm-hmm. And let's move on to our right bracket.
Lorelai and Lane. Lane, 100%.
You think Lane would try to cover it up?
Yeah, because Lorelai talks so fucking goddamn much, she would accidentally confess.
This is an interesting one too, because I personally think Lane's guilt would eat her alive.
Yeah, but how good is Lane at hiding things? Remember her hole under the fucking floorboards?
Maybe there was a body there already. We don't know what Lane gets up to. I think Lorelai's a good person, and I think she would own up to it and confess and take the time out of the goodness of her heart because she knows it's the right thing to do.
I don't know.
Lorelai is definitely, in my opinion, the voice of reason of Stars Hollow. You know? She's very level-headed.
No, that's Miss Patty.
No, Miss Patty is like the heart. She keeps things pumping.
She does pump some shit.
Yeah, but you know, it's like she keeps everything alive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think Lane would.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that Lane would definitely cover it up and be really good at it.
Yeah.
Like again, in this discussion, we don't know if this didn't happen. You know, Lane can be that secret.
She's that good.
Yeah, kind of a dark horse.
Okay, Luke and Emily. Emily.
Oh my god,
Hands down.
Hands down, Emily
Hands
covered up.
down.
Again, another character who might have done this. Like, off screen.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you know, what I said about Lorelai, if anyone is actually just gonna confess, do the time, and like, be sorry and take responsibility, it's Luke. Right?
Yeah, that's why Luke and Lorelai make a good match, because they have the same values.
Mm-hmm.
But Emily full on bought a plane on a whim because she was mad at her husband.
Yeah, well, and
She bought
and, you
a
know,
plane.
And we do see in some instances where, you know, when Emily gets pulled over and, you know, she goes to jail for a little bit, remember? She does think she's above the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one of the big conflicts of that episode is Emily doesn't doesn't believe that the law should apply to her as a Gilmore.
Yeah,
So
she's
again,
so rich.
Definitely cover it up.
Yeah, okay. Emily was like, that wasn't even a fight.
Good old Luke. Nice.
Yeah, I wanted to mix it up. Okay, so here we are. So we've got the four contenders that made it this far. Rory.
This is interesting.
Lane and I would love to see Lane and Emily battle it out.
This is interesting to me because honestly, we're doing singles here. We're doing single characters, but if any pair of characters is most likely to cover up an accidental murder, it's Rory and Jess. Yeah. They're doing it together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Lane and Emily would be a great team as well.
Yeah, two kind of, an interesting pairing, because how often do we think these two characters actually ever talk in the show?
I don't think they talk at all.
I mean, maybe once, like when Emily comes into the...
So...
let's dive in.
Rory and Jess. Okay, Jess, I think would win. I think Jess would do a better job. The kid is from the streets.
Are we judging on who would do a better job or who's more likely to try in the first place? What do we think?
Jess does have Luke qualities.
Alright, we're back.
We're back. We lost.
Had some technical difficulties. Rory or Jess? So I think the last place we were was saying that Jess has good of Luke in him.
He has good of Luke in him.
He does manage to own and operate a supposedly thriving New York bookstore.
Later in this, later in life. But no, Jess is the kind of person that's like, listen, I understand my privilege and my position in things, and I will just be accountable.
I think he learned accountability. That's his big arc.
Yeah. Jess
learned. Rory did not learn accountability.
No, she never did. I'm gonna give my dog water. Keep talking.
She just she always seems surprised, no matter at what point in the season, that people doubt her intentions and start to question her, when she drops out of school, when she starts to see Logan. That whole thing is just so frustrating, because you see her losing track, and you see her, losing sight of Rory's goals of journalism and stuff, and getting really lost, and that's fine.
That'll happen.
Of course that'll happen, but she always is shocked that how do I fuck?
That she has to deal with consequences?
Yeah, that she has to deal with consequences. When isn't it right after her and Jess break up when she sleeps with Dean?
Yeah, when he's married.
And Lorelai's what the fuck, Rory? You can't do this. And Rory's who are you to judge and all this? And it's blah, blah, blah. It's no, Rory, you made a mistake.
Yeah.
You slept with a married man.
And you also dragged other people into it. And that's why Rory and Dean have a lot in common, because they're both very, they don't take accountability for things. Both of them are very, and they project.
Are we moving Rory along then?
Where's the marker? Yeah.
Rory moves along. By a nose, wait, is that the close one?
What?
Is by a nose long or short? How long is a nose?
By a nose?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that before.
Never heard it. She wins by a nose.
I've heard by a hair.
Yeah, me too. That's close, right? Because hairs are small.
No, I don't even think it was by a nose. I think it's, why do I have a different font for every...
I don't know. It's fun.
Fun. I like to mix it up.
Lane and Emily.
This is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough one.
Because we have, the the
double personality Lane.
Yeah, master at hiding and master of disguise and all that. She's always changing clothes. She's got like, like 3 different outfits on.
Remember when she dyed her hair purple and then and like on a whim, and then she's just like, I gotta dye it back because my mom will kill me.
Yeah, she's so good at that stuff. But but versus Emily.
I think I figured it out though, because Lane has so much to lose. She has so much to fucking lose if she's caught with vehicular manslaughter. Emily, even if she's caught, she could get out of it.
Or, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're kind of almost again in a Paris situation here, where maybe at a certain point Emily might just confess and again, use that money and those old money connections to work the law, work herself out.
I think Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh. And here we are. Rory versus Lane. It all comes down to this. The lifelong BFFs.
Wow, I didn't think we would get here.
I actually didn't either.
I didn't expect this.
I did not. I didn't expect it to be this. I foresaw Rory getting far. I went in thinking Rory probably had a chance, but Lane's sneaking up, and just the way it all laid out, really interesting. So, what do we think? Rory versus Lane. Oh, I think no matter what, because if we want to talk about final outcomes, let's say they both are in this position, and they both choose to try to cover it up. Final outcomes: Rory gets caught, Lane does not.
Yeah, that's what I'm visualizing the episode right now. And Lane, you're going from scene back to scene of like both situations and how they're dealing with it. And Rory's gonna fight to the death to not get caught, but she will because she's a stupid bitch. And then Lane.
Well, she's just and she's so. She can't hide anything.
No.
She wears everything on her sleeve all the time.
All the time. And Lane is like, a master of disguise.
If we go back to our initial discussion from round 1, we actually did say, that there's a chance Lane did this, off screen in the show, and we would not know about it, So, yeah.
I think Lane wins.
I think Lane wins.
Lane wins.
A character who honestly does not get justice in the show.
No, she dates like a shitty band boy.
And has triplets.
And like is always struggling. Like she's always just like.
Yeah. Where the show couldn't give Lane, we give Lane.
We give Lane.
We give Lane this prize of being the most likely. Not only the most likely to try to cover up an accidental murder, but also most likely to succeed in covering up said murder.
So how would she do it?
Oh, that's not for us to decide. I could not. I would get caught.
Yeah, I guess she would literally just like hit the guy. I'm assuming it's a man.
And he's dead.
And he's dead. Honestly, I don't think she would even get out of the car.
You don't think she would?
No, because that's where you get caught.
Is trying to hide in the first place.
So if she just like drove off.
Yeah.
Like,
but you don't think she would use some skills and like dissolve that body and bury it or something?
I think her best option is just to drive away. Pretend it didn't happen. Pretend there wasn't a hiccup in the drive.
So now we're getting into an interesting thing where you and me are considering how one would go about this.
Yes.
Huh. Well, we definitely want Lane on our team.
We want Lane on our team, but like I don't think she would overcomplicate it. I think she would just literally just drive off.
Right.
Like she'd do her little face, and like she'd do her little.
You gotta put a bunch of pictures of that all over you.
And then she'd just be like, No, that didn't happen. Like, because a lot of Lane's character and the character of her mother who instilled these traits into her were just denial. Denial
Right.
of reality or anything. And not reality, but just kind of just stubbornness to maintain a certain
when things did go wrong with Lane and her mother, you know, their classic confrontation technique is avoidance and denial.
Yeah.
When they would get in fights, the way Lane's mom would react would just be to like pretend like everything was normal and just like not talk to Lane. You know, and just be like, eat your dinner and go to bed. You know, just like there. And so you carry that. That is. Yeah. Go Lane.
Go Lane, you know, and I just hope she's okay. Her husband sucks.
He sucks.
Her band.
That's like one of my like least favorite Gilmore Girls things because her boyfriend before him rocks. Dave?
Yeah,
who she's in a band with?
From the OC?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
He's wonderful, and he obviously just like quit the show and got written off when he moved, and they replace him with like just this sloth of a human.
Yeah, and what's his name? Like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
I actually do not remember his name.
I don't remember his name, I just see his stupid ass little fucking face in my head.
I hear his voice.
These are men. I'm going on tour with triplets. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he's the worst. I fucking hate him. Can he be the guy Lane hits with her car?
Plot twist. Lane
kills her own husband.
Okay, so that was the Gilmore Girls bracket. Most likely to try to cover up involuntary manslaughter.
Vehicular
manslaughter.
Lane.
Okay. Thanks for watching and happy watching. Nice, that was a good one.
I want to die. But yeah, I think that was great. Are you okay?
Me?
No, my.
I don't want to touch anything.
My character.
Okay, well that was wonderful. I think we can edit that and get that out next week, maybe.
Yeah.